What if the reason that none of the doctors you've gone to can figure out why you're in back pain? Because it's a skill problem. A skill problem. I'm Dr. Sean Pastuch, the owner and founder at Active Life, and I've been helping people with back pain for 20 years. And oftentimes what I find is that what people need to get out of back pain is not actually their disc to be repaired or their muscles to be lengthened or anything like that. It's skill. They need skill in the way that they move. And one of the things that we do at Active Life, and we do it really well, is we educate coaches from around the world to be able to provide solutions to their clients who are dealing with aches and pains. You can find them all here, by the way. And I wanted to share with you one of the things that we taught the last time that they came in from around the world to a seminar right here in Long Beach, New York. Let's jump right into one of the demonstrations that I did for the seminar attendees. We're talking about bracing being a possible reason why your back is still in pain. Earlier, we were talking about relative stiffness and balance. I want to bring this out and show it to you now. We created a brace earlier, and we were able to show that it changed symptoms. To explain what I'm describing there, earlier during the seminar, we had one of the coaches lay on the ground, and I brought her heel to her butt. That caused low back pain for her. What I then asked her to do was create a nice tight brace. If you're not familiar with what a brace is, it's your ability to keep all of the elements of your midline in good control. You are in control, you're creating pressure that you want through your midline. Your midline is going to be the anterior abdominal wall, the posterior abdominal wall, the diaphragm, and the pelvic floor. Those are going to be the four walls, if you will, of the cylinder that is your midline. When the person laying on the ground braced, all of their pain went away. What that indicates to me, and what it should indicate to you, is that if they had better control bracing when they moved through the world, walking, running, lifting weights, whatever it might be, they're likely not to experience the discomfort that they experience today. So their prescription for resolution of their low back pain is better bracing mechanics. Yours might be too. Let's keep watching the video. Closed system. Let's all throw a prayer up really quick that this works. When I'm describing a closed system, I'm talking about what I just talked about with you. The top is the diaphragm, the bottom is the pelvic floor, the front is the abdominal wall, the back is the posterior abdominal wall. And of course, we have muscles that wrap around the sides that make up part of the front and the back of the abdominal wall. That's the closed system. I'm using a soda can here to demonstrate the same thing. This soda can happens to be closed with all of the soda still inside. Okay? The top is sealed, the bottom is sealed, all the sides are sealed. It's pretty firm. That's 45 pounds. Okay, pretty good, right? Feel good about that? Yeah. My finger's there for balance. 90 pounds on top of a soda can. That's good engineering, Coca-Cola. I'm sure they don't own the bottling company. Maybe they do. Who knows? I don't know. But 90 pounds on top of a soda can. That's a lot of weight. And we didn't keep going, but I'm sure we could have done even more. I held it. Let's take another one. This is a person who doesn't brace quite as well. They have an opening in the top. But they also... So before we watch this one, what I did in this case was I opened the top of the soda can. I also poured out the soda because I didn't feel like having a mess in the gym floor. But the point of this one is that the top is the only hole that we created. It's the only area where energy can leak. The regular pop top. Still braced pretty well. Okay. Still held 45 pounds. Okay, 90 not so much. Just one little hole, right? This is the person who really struggles to brace. When they exhale, just flops around. When they inhale, it's everywhere. No control through the midline. What you may not have seen on that can is that I cut a hole in the side of the can. I also opened the top. So it had two areas of leakage. I want you guys to remember also, bracing is not a static thing. You need to be able to do it while you move. So if someone just loses control of their midline as they do whatever it is that they're doing, then we go to load it. No ability to resist the load. I love the faces of anticipation, like they're afraid that they're gonna get hurt sitting 15 feet away from an empty soda can or the bumper plate. But what I want you guys to understand as you're watching this is the reason why that can just absolutely flattened immediately when I put the weight on top of it, unlike the other two before it, is because it had two areas where it was not containing what we would consider a brace. It wasn't maintaining solid control over all of the pressure inside of it. So as soon as pressure was applied, it went to the weakest area and the can crumpled as a result. If you struggle to keep, for example, your abs activated, your posterior abdominal wall activated, we don't need to get into exactly what that musculature is. If you want, you can go ahead and look it up. Activated. Most of that, by the way, is going to happen subconsciously. Your pelvic floor activated. Your diaphragm activated. Again, mostly subconsciously. You're going to experience discomfort or at minimum performance lags because of your inability to brace. That's what I'm demonstrating here. Why does the symptom change when we ask somebody to brace who otherwise wasn't bracing? I already told you this in the beginning. Do you remember the answer? Because there's instability in the midline and everything else has to compensate. That's what you said, right? So let's recap what I'm talking about here. A brace is a way for you to control the muscles and the bones below your rib cage and above your pelvis. Just think of it that way. Midline, core, trunk, I don't care what you call it. The muscles, the bones, the ligaments, the tendons below your ribs and above your pelvis. That's the area that we're talking about. That's what we need to be able to have really good motor control and power from. The better that you are at creating a brace as you move, the less likely you are to experience pain, discomfort, and performance lags. If you don't know how to create a brace, I strongly recommend that you hire a coach to teach you how to do it. Even if you just buy one training session from a good coach, you don't have to buy a lifetime of personal training. Get one session. It could change your life to learn how to do it. What I recommend when you're building a brace in the very beginning is do it starting off laying on your back. Knees bent, feet flat on the floor. That's the easiest position to learn how to brace. Then you can progress to sitting. You can progress to laying on your back and moving your legs and moving your arms. Then over time, you can progress to doing it standing, and then you can progress to doing it while you move. While you move, walking, running, jumping, things of that nature is very different than the way you're going to do it when you're static, because you actually want everything to be able to move. You don't want it to stay still. You just want it to also have good control over the energy transfer that's happening inside and good motor control over the accuracy of where our limbs are going to move and how the spine is going to be affected by all of that. Take-home message for you here. If you've been trying to get out of back pain for a really long time and the doctors haven't been figuring it out, it could be that you just have bad bracing mechanics. Hire a personal trainer for one session and see if it makes a difference. If it does, maybe hire that trainer for another 3 to 5 sessions to really start to teach you how to use that brace and how to progress that brace as you add weights to workouts or intensity to workouts like walking, running, throwing, anything that you might do. I'm Dr. Sean Pastuch, owner and founder at Active Life. If you like this video, like and subscribe. It's the only way that we can guarantee you're going to see the next one that we come out with. This video, though, is over.